Patience is the ultimate weapon of Krynn's black dragons. They don't just kill their prey, they trap victims in flooded, acid-soaked pits and leave them to slowly pickle in swamp water until they are perfectly aged for dinner. Welcome to another DragonLance Saga episode. My name is Adam, and today we're venturing into the dankest, most feated corners of Ansalon to explore the terrifying ecology and psychology of black dragons. While all chromatic dragons serve to Kesis, the Black Dragon clan represents the pure, patient essence of her entropy. I'd like to take a moment and thank the DL Saga members and Patron patrons, and invite you to consider becoming a member or patron. You can even pick up Dragonlance media or get $10 by signing up to StartPlaying.games using my affiliate links. I'm referencing the Dragons of Krynn sourcebook for this information. If I leave anything out or misspeak, please leave a comment below. Today we're breaking down the remarkable divergence between smooth alkaline blacks and skull-faced acid blacks. Their macabre lair traps, their strange post-War of Souls philosophies, and the legendary wyrms that etched their names into Dragonlance history. To really understand black dragons, you first have to realize that they feature the most varied physical appearance of all chromatic dragon types on Krynn, owing almost entirely to the chemical balance of their watery habitats. They essentially split into two major subtypes: alkaline swamp blacks and acidic swamp blacks. Alkaline blacks, such as the famous Kisanth from the ruins of Zaxaroth, are what scholars consider the true traditional black dragons. They possess very smooth, shimmering scales, ivory white horns extending straight out from the back of the skull, a pale yellow underbelly, and a sleek triangular snout. They top out at around 80 feet in length and maintain a fairly pristine, albeit sinister appearance. Acidic blacks, on the other hand, are absolute nightmares to behold. Shaped by intrinsically acidic environments, like the artificially created new swamp of the dragon overlord Sable, their bodies undergo radical, grotesque mutations. Their skulls are a dull, deep blackish gray, pitted, scored, and chemically burned. Their pitch-black horns curve forward like inverted ram horns. But the most horrifying transformation occurs on their faces. The sheer acidity of their environment eats away at their soft tissues over time, giving them a sunken, wasted skeletal appearance where the facial bones protrude like a living skull. Because these acid blacks must expend colossal amounts of metabolic energy to maintain a neutral chemical balance and transform their surrounding terrain, they grow far larger than their alkaline cousins, frequently exceeding 100 feet in length. In terms of ecology, black dragons dominate the warm, stagnant swamps of Ansalon, including the great moors south of Nordmar, the marshes of western Solamnia, and the great swamp near the New Sea. Interestingly, a black dragon doesn't always need to find an existing swamp. A black wyrm can land in a pristine, crystal-clear mountain valley with a clean lake, fall asleep in the water for a few centuries, and allow its natural corruption to slowly rot and decay the entire valley into a fetid marshland. These lairs are deeply humid and warm regardless of the surrounding climate. Due to their unique physiology, when a black dragon exudes sulfuric acid into naturally alkaline waters, the resulting chemical reaction generates massive amounts of thermal heat, allowing the local swamp ecosystem to thrive and keeping the dragon comfortable. Inside their partially or fully submerged lairs, black dragons act as patient, methodical apex predators. Operative under the core philosophy that all things must end, they surround their homes with pits, webbing, and submerged restraints. Rather than eating their prey fresh, they leave trapped intruders to slowly pickle in the warm, acidic swamp water until the meat reaches a state of decay deemed suitable to eat. Psychologically, black dragons are greedy, xenophobic loners who react with immediate violence towards interlopers, especially near their lairs or during mating season. The only time two black dragons meet without one dying is to mate and protect their wormlings during early infancy. However, once the hatchlings can support themselves, the parents drive them away and split the remaining territory. They harbor zero hesitation about attacking former mates or their own offspring if they trespass later in life. During the War of the Lance, the dragon armies found black dragons notoriously difficult to command, as they would actively disobey orders unless bribed with massive piles of gold coins and treasure. Following the fall of Tikhisis, the Black Dragon clan split into fascinating philosophical camps, some fully embracing absolute entropy, reasoning that if the Dark Queen could die and become nothing, they should follow her example by entering deep hibernation and expending their own internal power to rot the surrounding landscape into wasteland. Others began exploring dormant emotions and seeking personal autonomy that had been suppressed for centuries. A few acid blacks turned to dark flesh crafting experiments under Overlord Sable to create demonic dragon spawn hybrids, while traditionalists gravitated toward the worship of Chemish and mutated strains fell under the corrupting influence of Morgian. Several black dragons have deeply impacted the lore of Krynn. Kisanth, also known as Onyx, was the famous adult female of the Black Wing who guarded the discs of Mishikal and Zaxaroth before being destroyed by Goldmoon and the Blue Crystal Staff. Anna's Sablet, or Sable, was the legendary dragon overlord known as the Alchemist, who created the New Swamp and birthed horrific dragon spawn until her death at the hands of Dom and Grimwolf. Then there is Morlex, known as Pitch, the surly dragon lord of the Great Moors, who achieved something thought impossible for a black dragon: redemption. After being restored in the purifying fountain of renewal, his scales turned lead-colored, making him a target for black dragons who view him as a traitor. Finally, Welthinar, known as Black Snake, remains the current matriarch of the clan, fiercely defending the next generation of black wormlings on Ansalon. Whether as a terrifying skeletal worm lurking in an acid sinkhole, or a redeemed dragon seeking peace in sacred waters, the Black Dragons of Krynn showcase the incredible narrative depth of Dragonlance. How would your adventuring party handle a dragon that uses the environment itself as a slow chemical weapon? Leave a comment below. I would like to invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming videos, and click the like button. It all helps other Dragonlance fans learn about this channel and its content. Thank you for watching. This has been Adam with DragonLance Saga, and until next time, remember, if we deny love that is given to us, if we refuse to give love because we fear the pain of loss, then our lives will be empty, our loss greater.